Picture this. The morning light peeks through your curtains. Your alarm gently goes off, and a new day begins. Like millions of people, you throw off the covers, stand up quickly, walk to the kitchen, pour yourself a glass of ice-cold water, or perhaps flip the switch on the coffee maker, and then pour a tall glass of orange juice. You turn on the morning news while you drink it, feeling productive, feeling like you are getting a head start on the day. It feels completely normal. It is a ritual you have practiced for decades. But I need you to pause and listen very closely. If you are over the age of 60, this exact sequence of seemingly harmless morning habits might be quietly and systematically dismantling your health. It is a biological trap. The things you are doing in the first 30 minutes of your day could be the exact reasons you feel lightheaded, why your blood pressure acts unpredictably, why you experience a massive energy crash by 11 a.m., and why your body feels trapped in a state of chronic stress. When you cross into your 60s, your body is no longer the same machine it was at 30 or 40. Your cellular hydration changes, your blood vessels respond differently to gravity, and your nervous system requires a completely different kind of care. Treating your mornings like a race is not just exhausting, it is actively dangerous. Today, we are going to explore the 4-part morning trap that you must avoid after 60. We will look at the mechanical science of your heart, the hidden dangers in your morning beverages, and profound, simple habits inspired by both modern clinical medicine and ancient Japanese wisdom that can completely transform how you feel for the rest of the day. Let us rebuild your morning, step by step. Mistake 1, the sudden vertical jolt. The very first mistake happens the exact second you open your eyes. Most of us are conditioned to jump right out of bed the moment we wake up. We have things to do, places to be, or perhaps just a dog that needs to be let outside. But leaping out of bed is a violent shock to an aging cardiovascular system. Here is the mechanical reality. When you have been sleeping for 7 or 8 hours, your body has been in a low-pressure, horizontal state. Gravity has pulled your blood into your torso, and your heart has been operating on a low-power mode, resting and repairing. In a younger person, when they stand up quickly, tiny sensors in the blood vessels called baroreceptors detect the sudden drop in pressure within milliseconds. They immediately trigger the heart to beat faster and the blood vessels to constrict, stabilizing the blood pressure so the brain gets enough oxygen. But as you age, these baroreceptors become much less sensitive and respond much more slowly. If you jump out of bed, your blood pressure drops suddenly, a condition known as orthostatic hypotension, and your body simply cannot compensate fast enough. Your brain is momentarily deprived of blood, the room might spin, and your heart is forced to scream into action, beating violently just to fight gravity and push blood upward. This sudden morning jolt is the exact moment when a huge percentage of cardiovascular events and devastating life-altering falls happen. The fix, the slow rise. Do not let your first action of the day be an emergency for your heart. When you wake up, practice what is known as the slow rise. Do not jump out of bed. Instead, sit on the edge of the mattress for 1 or 2 full minutes. Move your ankles in slow circles, gently stretch your arms, and take a few deep, slow breaths. Allow your blood pressure to stabilize and give the plumbing of your body time to adjust to being upright. Give your heart a chance to wake up with you. This simple pause is the difference between a safe, steady start and a dangerous spike. Mistake 2, breathing the stale air of yesterday. Once you are safely out of bed, the next mistake is environmental. You walk through your house, getting ready, while keeping all the windows tightly shut. In the West, we tend to seal our homes to perfectly control the temperature, but we are trapping ourselves in a stale air prison. During the night, the air inside your bedroom and your home becomes stale, filling with the carbon dioxide from your own breathing, while collecting dust and trapped moisture. Starting your morning by continuing to breathe this old, depleted air keeps your body and mind connected to the staleness and heaviness of yesterday. Your lungs are vital detoxifying organs, and if you breathe stale air all morning, you are simply recycling waste through your bloodstream. The fix, the Japanese art of kuki no irikai. In Japan, there is a beautiful centuries-old morning self-care habit called kuki no irekai, which translates simply to exchanging the air. The very first thing many Japanese people do upon waking is open the windows to let fresh air rush through the home. When you open your windows for just a few minutes in the morning, you are not just ventilating a room. You are creating a clear, definitive break between the night that has passed and the new day that is beginning. The cool, fresh air wakes up your senses, clears out the accumulated carbon dioxide, and signals your brain and body that it is time to be alert and alive. Even in the dead of winter when the air is freezing, opening a window for just a short time refreshes your mind and purifies your environment. Stand by the open window, take several deep, intentional breaths, and let the fresh air flush your system. Mistake 3. The ice-cold water and diuretic shock. Now you make your way to the kitchen. After an entire night without drinking, your body is completely dehydrated, and your blood has literally thickened overnight. So, what is the standard American response? We pour a glass of ice-cold water from the refrigerator. Or worse, we immediately brew a strong cup of coffee. Both of these choices are doing immediate metabolic damage. Let us start with the ice-cold water. It feels refreshing, but physiologically, it is a shock. When ice-cold water hits your empty stomach, especially when your core body temperature is still low from sleep, your blood vessels immediately constrict. Your body is trying to maintain its core temperature, and when blood vessels constrict, circulation decreases dramatically. Furthermore, dumping ice water into an empty stomach triggers a cortisol stress response. Cortisol is your fight-or-flight hormone, and it immediately signals your liver to dump stored glucose into your bloodstream. By drinking ice water, you have just created a massive morning blood sugar spike before you have even eaten a single bite of food. And what if you reach for coffee first? Coffee is a mild diuretic. For every 8 ounces of coffee you drink, your body only nets about 3 ounces of actual hydration, because the rest is pulled from your body's existing water stores to process the caffeine. As we age, our cellular water channels, aquaporins, become less responsive, and our sense of thirst becomes drastically impaired. Your cells are waking up like dried-out, rigid sponges. Pouring a diuretic like coffee straight into a body that is already in a state of severe drought means your cell membranes stay rigid. When cell membranes are rigid, insulin cannot dock properly, and the glucose stays trapped in your bloodstream. The fix, the warm water window. You must rehydrate the right way. Before any coffee touches your lips, and instead of ice water, you need to drink 12 to 16 ounces of warm or room temperature water. Warm water keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open, keeping your morning stress response perfectly calm. To make this infinitely more powerful, adopt the timed morning flush. Drink this warm water slowly over 15 minutes and add the juice of half a fresh lemon and exactly 1/4 teaspoon of unrefined sea salt. The lemon provides citric acid to trigger bile production, your body's natural digestive lubricant. And the unrefined sea salt provides the exact trace minerals and electrical gradients your cells need to actually pull the water inside and hydrate. This single habit rehydrates your thickened blood, stabilizes your morning glucose, and gently wakes up your metabolism. Mistake 4. The healthy liquid sugar bomb and the noisy breakfast. Finally, you sit down for breakfast. You turn on the morning news, the television is blaring, and you pour yourself a large glass of fresh squeezed orange juice, or whip up a blended fruit smoothie. You have been told your whole life that this is the breakfast of champions. It is not. It is a metabolic disaster. Let us look at that glass of orange juice. It might take 3 whole oranges to fill that single glass. Ask yourself honestly, would you ever sit down at the kitchen table and eat 3 entire oranges in under a minute? Of course not. You would feel full after 1. But in juice form, the natural fiber that would normally slow down the digestion process has been completely stripped away and left in the pulp. What reaches your stomach and subsequently your bloodstream is an intense, concentrated wave of pure sugar. The glycemic load of that glass of juice climbs into the dangerous red zone. Your pancreas panics and floods your system with insulin. Your blood sugar spikes violently, and an hour or two later, it crashes. This single choice determines your glucose trajectory for the entire day. A high-sugar breakfast creates a cascade of reactive hunger, fatigue, and cravings that will follow you all the way to dinner. Your mid-morning crash is not a lack of caffeine. It is the inevitable fall from a liquid sugar high. And doing all of this while watching the stressful morning news only compounds the problem. When your brain is subjected to the noise and anxiety of the television, your nervous system is forced into a sympathetic fight-or-flight state. When you are in fight or flight, blood flow is diverted away from your digestive organs and toward your muscles. Your hormones destabilize and your digestion is severely compromised before the food even hits your stomach. The fix: whole fruit and chinmoku no choshoku. First, change what is on your plate. Never drink your fruit, always eat it whole. Replace that glass of juice or that blended smoothie with 2 eggs, any style, and 1 piece of whole fruit, like a peach, a whole orange with all its segments intact, or a handful of strawberries. The protein and healthy fats from the eggs slow down your digestion and keep you full, while the physical fiber from the whole fruit acts as a barrier that releases the natural sugars smoothly and safely into your blood. You will be absolutely amazed when that exhausted, shaky mid-morning crash simply disappears. Second, change the environment of your meal. In Japan, there is a practice called chinmoku no choshoku, which translates to silent breakfast. This is not some rare monastic tradition. It is recommended by doctors to patients dealing with anxiety, IBS, or hormonal imbalances. Turn off the television. Put away the smartphone. Eat your breakfast in complete silence. When you eat in silence, your nervous system stays locked in a parasympathetic rest and digest mode. Your vagus nerve is not distracted by stressful news. Blood flow goes exactly where it is needed, to your digestion, and your brain starts the day in absolute clarity, not chaotic stimulation. A 2022 study from Osaka University even found that people who practiced a silent breakfast for just 10 days experienced lower post-meal blood glucose and better heart rate variability, which is a key marker of stress resilience. The power to reclaim your mornings. I want you to take a deep breath and look at the picture we have just painted. For years, you may have been waking up, jumping out of bed, keeping the windows shut tight, shocking your empty stomach with ice water or dehydrating it with coffee, and flooding your bloodstream with liquid sugar while listening to stressful news. You were putting your heart, your blood sugar, and your nervous system through a daily gauntlet, and then wondering why getting older felt so exhausting. But you are not broken. Your body is incredibly resilient and constantly trying to find balance. You simply have to stop fighting its natural mechanics and start cooperating with them. Starting tomorrow, I challenge you to build a new routine, the slow rise. Sit on the edge of the bed for 2 minutes. Breathe. Let your blood pressure stabilize before you stand. The air exchange. Open a window. Let the stale air of yesterday out and the fresh, cool air of today in. The warm water window. Drink 12 to 16 ounces of warm water with a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of sea salt. Sip it slowly. Let it bathe your cells and thin your blood. The silent whole food breakfast. Eat whole fruit with its protective fiber. Pair it with protein like eggs and eat in total peaceful silence. You are the CEO of your own health. Nobody else can make these small, quiet choices for you. It does not require a prescription. It does not cost a fortune. It only requires the willingness to slow down and treat your aging body with the profound respect it deserves. Within days, you will notice the brain fog lifting. Your energy will remain steady through the afternoon. Your digestion will calm down, and you will move through the world feeling lighter and more grounded. If this conversation helped you see your mornings in a new light, please leave a comment below. Tell me, which of these 4 steps are you going to change tomorrow morning? I read every single one, and I love seeing this community take proactive steps toward a better life. Hit the subscribe button, share this with a friend who always rushes through their morning, and take good care of yourself today. You deserve to live these years with clarity, strength, and profound peace. I will see you next time.